How's everybody doing tonight? Ooh, man, hopefully everybody's having a good holiday. Let me look at a few things. I'm over here struggle streaming already. So let's see if I can find me. If I can find me. Man. So again, I hope everybody's having a good holiday. Just kind of checking on my stream a little bit. Okay, it says I'm live, so that's cool. It's been a minute. Let's see if I can get out on my wrenches. Once again, you know how we do it. Just put any questions or tech or cybersecurity in the box. Let me know. Look like we have 3 in the box. Give me 1 in the chat if you can hear me. What's up, Ty? Just checking on a few things. Okay, that looks good. Hope everybody's having a good holiday. Give me 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I'm struggling this holiday. Appreciate you, Wayne Wallace. You see it. We're going to talk about the new Tesla bot. Everybody's talking about it. We're going to hit it from a cybersecurity perspective. Shout out to Aiken. Appreciate the email. I hit you back. Hopefully you got it. Oh, man. Once again, if you got any questions, tech or cybersecurity, put them in the box. Once again, hope everybody's having a good holiday. Let me switch over to, I guess, the Tesla intro email. I am struggling today. I don't know why I'm so tired. Is that it right there? Yeah, that's it. I feel like I had a long 2023. Let's check this out while everybody's falling in. Once again, hope everybody's having a good holiday. Let's check it out. Let's see. So once again, there it is, Generation 2. Shout out to Elon Musk doing his thing. So see if the Tesla bot's going to become, I guess, a viable product. Shout out to Boston Dynamics. They way out. Well, I ain't going to say way out in front anymore, but there's a few robots out there killing the game. But we know Elon's trying to get into the game. I guess he's in the game. So let's check him out. I thought that was interesting. It's walking 30% speed boost from the first version to the second. So, Elon's a software guy. So imagine in 3-4 years, it's just going to be the Flash flowing. So it's super interesting. Everybody's familiar with Moore's Law, though, right? Every 18 months, it gets faster, lighter, and smaller. I remember the first cell phone I had one. It looked like a laptop. It was so big. It was a bag phone, right? So we know technology, once again, Moore's Law, every 18 months, double speed and, gets lighter. So obviously, Elon is on that mission. To me, that's fascinating. It's holding the egg pretty easy, right? So obviously it's got the delicate object manipulation right there. So once again, it's like any tech is going to get better. The weird thing is we're going to get into it. He wants to have them working in the factory, helping them build Teslas. Um, so that's going to be interesting. Let's see what my man Jupiter, always in the house, 1000 XI, shaking my hand. I'm not a fan of Tesla or any of the EVs. No, facts. But we on a robot today. We on a robot. I feel you. All that stuff is on big bone. Oh yeah, we gonna get into that piece. You're 100% correct. We gonna drill down into that though. We definitely gonna drill down into that. All right, we got them dancing now. Okay, we got to keep up with Boston Dynamics, right? All the robots got to dance now. Okay. Shout out to them. We got to put your hands in the air like we just don't care. Now, we definitely gonna get in that. All that stuff is on, I guess, on Big Brother or one Big Vulnerability. Yeah, facts. I see you. I see you. Now, I knew where you were going with that. Shout out to Brother Michael. Give us your support. So let's get into it. Once again, fascinating. We know Elon Musk is a big thinker. Got a few things coming, a few things happening, a few things not happening, a few things didn't make it to market. But once again, he's putting his money where his mouth is. I think he has a ton of products out there, a ton of good products, a ton of that did make it, but one big long till they start attacking. That's coming up. That's coming up. Right, I'm right there with you, Jim. Let's go get to the slideshow. That's me. I'm with you on that one. Like you said, that's coming. We're gonna play that shortly again, though. I like that. I like that. So let's get what my man Jupiter was saying. 1000. So there it is. Generation two. Anything you should do. The second generation of software hardware theoretically should always be better. I've seen a few cases where it went horribly left, but it should be better. Shout out to Tyrese in the house. So let's keep going on the slideshow. This is to my man Jupiter. Facts, man. I think it's gonna be the Terminator. Facts. So I always have to put the Tesla bot or any robot or any robotics. I always put it next to the Terminator, man. I'm always going Skynet. I always going to Skynet. I can't help myself. But so let's get through it. Like I said, we're gonna talk about it from a cybersecurity perspective. At the end, we could definitely gonna talk a little bit about the let's see, the new way that robots are going to help people, right? Take away jobs, but less stress, less dangerous work. You could go catch the bad guys, right? Because Boston Dynamics had a robot dog. So right, so we know there's some positive things, but we know there's gonna be a few negative things, right? So let's go kind of flow through this. And of course, I had to compare it to iRobot, bro. You laugh at this guy that is serious. It's a possibility. I'm always laughing, but nah, you're 100% right. It could go left. Actually, Eli was talking about that early on that it could go left. It could definitely go left. Less liability and overhead. Facts. Nah, facts on that. So let's keep going. Let's see. Mm. So we went to, they didn't have a robot. They actually had a human in there to 22nd, where it went to the first version of the robot. Now we're here to the generation two of the robot, right? Optimus, like Optimus Prime. I like that. Let's see Chaos Ring. See Chaos Ring. There it is. This is real for the people. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So Tesla came out after you. That is a good point. That is a good point. That's an excellent point. So yeah, anytime, and now they got the robots in McDonald's and fast food. Once they got to $22, right, you start seeing robotics really heavily in that industry, right? Because now the robots become affordable, right? There's always a break even. you pay somebody $10, it's hard for the robot to get in there. Once you get to 22 and 30 and managers 100, it's the robots start making a lot more sense. Shout out to TexRX. I just shared this last video. Go check him out. It's on my community tab. So definitely go check out his last video. If the robots connect, oh, it's already connected to the internet. That's how you get updates, Michael. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the Skynet. Shout out to Judah 1000. No, we're gonna talk about Skynet and my favorite one, Vicky from iRobot. Remember, she took over the robots and they were giving people grief in iRobot. So I actually compared the Tesla bot. I did this about a year and a half ago, so I'm just moving it forward to the version 2. They had quite a few updates and upgrades to it. So we're gonna see how that's gonna play into with AI rapid expansion. What stops it from learning beyond human help? Isn't it the premise of machine learning? I'm gonna let Tech RX chime in that, but yeah, I think you'll get there. You know, singularity, the consciousness of a robot. I don't know if we have enough computer power time to get to that level, right? You start talking about neural networks, and you start talking about trillions of neural networks to get to that. So I think it's a minute, but there was some things that Meta where they said the computers were talking and nobody could understand them because they were doing machine learning. They told it to optimize themselves. So we're going to get in that. Hopefully they will have a better customer service. I think we're getting there. I think we're going to get there, King. I remember early 90s. So, yep, I do. I think we're going to touch on that. So I think we're far away from that. I don't know if we have quite enough computer power. I start worrying once again. I'm sure if Tech RX he's got a little time, I'll probably drop the link in a minute. But I think you need quantum computing to get there, Ty, to get to that level. So let's keep rolling. Once again, there's the brief version. The first one really was a person in a suit. Then that was version 1, and Optimus. I love that because Optimus Prime. So shout out to Optimus. Today's version right there. So we're gonna talk about some of the enhancements on how to get there. So let's see. Facts. Now I gotta get a flipper zero MP for the word facts. 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 Get the MP to shut it down. Facts. Facts. So let's keep rolling. So this was the older model. This was version 1. It was 125 pounds. We're gonna talk about the screen resolution, lightweight material, 40 electronic mechanical actuators that shows you the arms, human level. Now they done upgraded, right? We saw it dance, and we saw it moving 30%, right? So once again, Moore's law. It's going to get better, quicker, stronger, lighter, right? So these are some of the improvements on the Optimus Prime. I couldn't find a graph like that one for 2. So um, 2 DOF freedoms for the actuary neck, actuaries integrated electronic. We saw it holding the egg, right? 30% walk speed boost, foot force and torque sensing, right? That's why you can walk quicker. That's why it's stronger. Actual articulate toe section. I think you're gonna see it super running in the future. Human foot geometry. 22 pounds lighter, improved balance. We're gonna look at another video. It looks like it's doing yoga almost. Once again, 11 degrees of freedom, brand new hands, tactical sensing on the fingers. Once again, we saw it doing the egg. Then a delicate object manipulation. Once again, that was with the egg, showing you how you can be delicate and make those improvements and do functionality. Right. Once again, that's Moore's law. So let's see what my man. Yes, I got a flipper. The machine will be rooted by me. Shout out to that. You're gonna be Vicky and iRobot now. I'm just playing. We're gonna get to it. So yeah, so once again I compared it to Sunny. So we're gonna talk about some of the cybersecurity issues when you have a robot listening, visual, can see, and could walk around your house or your factory, or once again the Tesla Gigafactory. Elon Musk wants him walking in there. The robots are built with affordability. No, facts. Elon said 20K on the article I read. Tech RS, aka Engineering Canada's determined in style. Yeah, facts. They had it. Elon on one podcast said he's going to get it down to 20K. So, like you said, that's crazy. Let me get this quick drink of water. Once again, keep dropping questions in there. Like I said, the last article I read, Tech RX, he had 20K on there. let's keep going. And I found two or three not issues, but Tesla's creating their own chips for this. Tesla's using NVIDIA chips, and Tesla's using some Dojo chips out of Japan, coming out of China. So I can't figure out what chip he got in this robot. I mean, maybe that's PI, proprietary information. He said it in the last one. I couldn't figure out what AI chips or what, because once again, they building their own chips. They're using NVIDIA chips for some chips, and they're using the Dojo chips out of China. So I couldn't figure out what chips he got in there, but we know he has some specialty chips, some unique chips, some of their chips, some of the high end, AI chips are being used in the Tesla bot, right? So once again, it's cutting edge and the future, right? So if you look at the Tesla car, a lot of the vision things and how it keeps track with its neural networks are actually in the Tesla bot. Generation 1 going to Generation 2. And the next video we look at is going to show the visual of what it looks like coming through the Tesla bot when it's looking at its hands and seeing distance and seeing the egg, right? A lot of that's proprietary neural network, AI, machine learning, and we're going to get to those that's coming up. But it's more than a robot, as its car is more than a car, right? So all of that tech, like we talk about stacking skills, he's stacking technology, right? So that's for me, that was interesting. You already have a robot in your house that's listening to map your vacuum cleaners. Oh, facts. Now that's true. That's true. I actually did a video on that. You're 100% right. The iRumba actually does that. So now shout out to that. Let's keep going. Let's see. Then on top of that, they have an autonomy algorithm. So as you driving, right, it's mapping the things around you. As the robot walks around your house, just like TexRx said, it's mapping the street, it's mapping where you walk, and it's mapping the location, right? So the crazy thing is the robot can leave your house running, right? It'll have a map because this has all the Tesla functionality in the robot. And once again, it's linked to the internet or its proprietary network, right? So that's, once again, shout out to my man. That could be a vulnerability, right? Both ways. Your bot can run, and two is you can download and take over the bot, like he said, with the flipper and rootkit it, right? So that's some of the things that are happening. Shoot to Aiken in the chat. So let's keep going. Then the evaluation of infrastructure. Once again, it's mapping the speed. You can see what's in red it thinks could be an issue or what you can run into. Yellow is, kind of a warning. Green is good, right? So that's all the technology. What we looked at, the autonomous and the vision, right? It's pulling that in its infrastructure and evaluating things, traffic, and other issues. And the robot will do that. If it's working in a factory, right? These could be, the cars would be people, the cars could be forklifts running in the factory. All that puts into the evaluation infrastructure for a Tesla bot, similar to a car, right? Which I thought that was super interesting, right? So as a tech guy, technologist, all right, so that amount of technology, infrastructure, continuous learning, once again, evaluation, right? And once again, he's going to put the Tesla bot in the Tesla Gigafactory to help its workers, right? Because once again, like TechRX said, the union won, the car unions driving up wages, right? So to offset those wages, right, and overtime and benefits is to hopefully get the Tesla bot in there or the Boston Dynamic bots. There's 3 or 4 bots out there that people are working on, right? So it's just not Elon. Elon kind of did an Apple. He let everybody figure it out and get out in the market and make sure there was a market for it. Now he's coming in and trying to take the best pieces. Because when Apple did a phone, there was a ton of phones out there. They were just horrible. Windows Phone was horrible, right? Apple just came out with the beautiful interface, made it easy to use, made it interconnect with all their stuff seamlessly with the Apple Store, right? It just made it the infrastructure just much easier to work with and much more seamlessly integration to work with the other products. So let's look at this other quick video while that one's coming up. Let's see. So that's the vision right there when we were talking about, when we were looking at the autonomous vision and things around it, right? So that's how it sees the vision, how it sees the plant, how it would look at the egg, right? So all of that's in motion and in thoughts. Use only vision and joint positioning code, it can precisely locate its limbs in space, right? So that's how the robot's viewing itself, which I thought that was kind of cool. And he's losing discrimination lawsuit. Now he wants to build it. Facts. So he won't lose those, man. Facts on that, brother Michael. So let's keep going on that particular video. Once again, short. This neural net runs entirely on board using only vision, right? So we were looking at the neural networks on the slides, talking about them, right, when we were looking at them. So that's how it views itself, looking at those particular blocks, right? Once again, the neural network runs entirely on board, and only vision means it has a CPU and it's doing all that calculation. It's not doing them in the cloud. Right, so that's super interesting on that. Once again, it's doing them on board and not in the cloud. So that was cool how he was adjusting it, and the robot was just seamlessly moving, like pretty much like a human. He just moved an inch over, he picked it up though. So that lets you know as his hand is moving, it's calculating that in real time. It didn't pause, it didn't stutter, it didn't go to the wrong spot, right? It went directly there. Right now, I'm sure it practiced these inside and out 1,000 times before they actually put a camera on it, right? But it did that calculation once again seamlessly on board, right? So that for me that was kind of interesting, Since me, I'm trying to do yoga in 2024, PBO trying to lose a little weight, but I just thought that was interesting with the balance, right? It didn't shake, right? It went directly there. So its actuators and motors know that exact weight distribution of what it needs to do. Once again, that was surprising to me, right? Like I said, it's getting better. We know it's always going to get better, Moore's law. So it's going to be interesting because it seemed like Boston Dynamics has been sold 3 or 4 times for Google. Boston Dynamics, like it's still trying to find a home. Like it really hasn't caught on with mainstream or the military yet. So it'll be interesting to see if Elon can kind of figure out what that market is. Well, I think his market is going to be warehouse. He's going to deploy it into his gigafactory. So I think he has a predetermined market that he kind of controls from a car manufacturer. And if it works in Tesla and it saves money, the other big 3 German companies are going to buy that robot. If he proves it out in a Tesla factory, and it gets better quality in the factory. So I think, just think about it, I think Elon's kind of got a market, right? Once again, we always have to put it to my man, the Terminator. If anybody remembers, our robot Vicky was the virtual interactive kinetic intelligence. Basically, it's the brain, and it would download it to all the other robots, right? There were NS5s. These are the Optimus robots, right? But once again, like you talked about, if you hack Vicky, all the updates, malware, bad things will get pushed out to individual robots, right? Because that's where they got their updates from. So how would that work with the Tesla bot? Right, because it's going to get same thing as a Tesla car. It gets its updates from wireless, right? So I'm sure Optimus the robot, like the NS5s, to get those particular updates. Let me do something real quick. Once again, drop any questions in the chat while we doing this. Hope everybody has a good holiday. Let's see. So once again, if that's the Optimus robot, how would it get updates? How would it let's see what that looks like. Once again, if you got any questions, drop them in the chat. I was just starting up another slideshow. I had some notes in there. I couldn't see them while I'm online. So let's get PBO struggling. I had those in there. But once again, if you got any questions, put them in the chat. There they go. Okay. Ooh, let's see. One of those days for me. Cannot see that. Let's see. We just gonna wing it. One of my days. So once again, everybody, hopefully everybody has a good holiday. So if we have the iRobot, one of the first things is the vision of the robot. So if your robot can see and hear, and you're talking, or you have a safe, if you have a code for your house, if you have a starter on your car, the robot directly should be able to hear that, record it, and be able to man in the middle attack that sound, right, and replay that sound to start your car, undo your alarm, right? All those are just really man in the middle attacks. If you look at Tesla, people were stealing the key fob on people, right? They would get close to the house, steal the wireless remote control of the key fob, just replay it inside of a laptop, start your car, and drive off. So theoretically, the Tesla robot should be able to do that man in the middle attack, right, to your particular. I would assume maybe connected to Starlink. Yeah, probably Starlink or just straight wireless. He owns Starlink, so that seems quite viable, brother Michael. Like you said, it's all Tesla's equipment, so that definitely would be a viable delivery mechanism. I don't know if Starlink's all over the United States and the world. I don't know if there's any blind spots because it's a satellite, but I'm sure it would definitely play in there. So, like my man Jupiter said, from a cybersecurity perspective, right? If your robot can see what you're doing, hear what you're doing, right? It could actually attack you. Once again, do a replay of middle, start your car, be able to shut off your alarm, hear your alarm, replay your alarm. And two is, I always joke is, I don't have to come in and steal your TV. I can have the robot bring the TV out to me if I hacked it, if I flippered, or if I put some in, or once again if I just took over your robot, right? We always talk about 0-day malware, rootkits, right, are out there. So if somebody rootkits your robot, you can have the robot steal all your jewelry and just bring it out to you or take it to you, right? In a minute, it'll be able to run 40 miles an hour, right? In the future, if we keep going with Moore's Law, right? So let's see what my man here said. Tyrese, do you think companies like Amazon will use the Tesla bot? I think so. I've seen Jeff Bezos open to work with Elon. I think so. My only issue with that is Jeff Bezos is usually a second mover type guy. So I think he would just buy some patents and duplicate it, right? So Jeff Bezos, I'm sorry, Elon got Starlink. Jeff Bezos, he's ready to launch like 1,500 satellites in the next 2 years. So he seems to duplicate if he's a second mover, right? Elon Musk got rockets. Jeff Bezos got rocket tyrants. I just think Jeff Bezos has enough money to duplicate that. And right, they have more functional robots seem to be working in their plants already. They're not like a humanoid robot that walks, right? They got arms. They got kind of this robot that looks like a dolphin. I did a video on that. Yeah, Blue Origin. I appreciate you, Tyra. So it seems like Jeff Bezos, I think, would just copy it, buy some patents, and just be a second move. Because Amazon's got a ton of robots. They just don't have any humanoid robots. They got these Rumba vacuum cleaners. I did about 3 videos on it that brings the shelves to the packers. So I think Jeff Bezos had more functional robots, more uh, built to do a particular job, right? So when you're doing a humanoid robot, that's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, right? If I need a robot to just weld, I'm gonna have like a little nose and it's gonna weld. I don't need a whole human to do that, right? So I think they're coming in at different levels and different processes, right? I actually like really Jeff Bezos' thoughts on that because he's making certain robots specifically designed to do warehouse work. I think Elon's trying to do this Swiss Army knife type of thing with a Tesla bot, and that seems to be a lot harder to do. But Elon always seems to do big thought things, big society things. So I think once again they're coming in at 2 different levels in different ways, right? I think once again I think both of them are doable. To be honest, I think Jeff Bezos is actually easier and more functional to do, right? Because like I said, they bought Kiva robots 10 years ago in Amazon, and they've been slowly getting those robots. A lot of people know I'm in Indiana. We have 6, I want to say, data warehouses here, and a friend of mine works in one. He said a quarter of them is using Amazon. They used to be called Kiva robots, so they're getting them up. They're getting them speed. Obviously, they dominated Christmas, so I think once again they're using them, and they're becoming quite effective just in a different way. So this is the part where he was talking to Sonny put a dent in the table, right? Once again, it's stronger now. The dexterity of the robot is better, right? Makes it more dangerous. I guess dangerous would be the word. So makes it more dangerous, right? And 2 is like we talked about. There's dirty jobs. I think that type of robot's going to do those in the future. Those dirty type jobs, right? Police force jobs. We're going to show it right there. Dexterity jobs. Go in and get the terrorist and the bad guy type of jobs. So there's a ton of things in there. But from a cybersecurity questions is if you could put a hole through a steel table and take bullets, right? So now I can steal your TV and run through the police, right? So if somebody ever, once again, flippered or rootkit your robot, right? There's a major security hole in that. In There's a major security problem within that. First thing I'm gonna do is have the robot cover my shit. Facts. So they thinking Well, Professor, what's up, Chaos Rain? Now, I'm just here uh, relaxing on a holiday week, hopefully working a little bit. Once again, I hope everybody having a great holiday. So, once again, with the cybersecurity part of that is if you have a military robot, and we know they're going to make these things first divisions have money is the military, right? So if you have a military robot and it gets hacked, what's the cybersecurity implementations of that, right? What's going to be the drawbacks? That we know what that is, and there's good and bad about that, right? It's hard to bring it down, but once again, it's going to do the dirty job of the services, the military. Um, so that's the good thing about it. But two is if a rogue nation takes over our army, right, in the United States, what would that look like for the United States? Once again, from a cybersecurity issue, and we know that they're testing it. We know they're gonna have backup plans if something like that happens. But from a cybersecurity and professional, those are things you have to be thinking through, especially if you're going to do incident response from a robot from a security perspective. So if you remember the movie, he had extra thick skin, so he actually put his hands through this force field to get nanites. Right. Once again, from a military perspective, you want it to be tough. You want it to have thick skin. You want it to be. You saw Boston Dynamics. It was running. They were trying to kick it over. So two is once again, if your robot gets taken over by a hacker or a rogue nation, what does that look like, and what's your plan to be able to offset that? Can you shut it down? You gonna get the zero flipper to shut it down and take it over? So once again, from a cybersecurity perspective and incident response perspective, meaning we need to go through the incidents we think might happen and how do we prepare for those in the future and what can we do, right? So if it's extra strong, we know it's not going through a force field, right? That's a movie, but let's say you get it strong enough where it could dent a tank or obviously pull open a door very easily, right? So now you can have rogue robots running through cities and nation states and taking over stuff that once again shouldn't be taken over or throwing flips on utilities, messing water up, right? So what is your incident response to shut it down if you needed to? And we know the robot, and this one, I don't know why I was just tickles me. What the robot takes you hostage and runs out with you through the window, right? So that's when you have something that can move, can hear, can record, um, once again, can replay, do a man in the middle. Actually, can take your gun and hold you hostage with your gun. Right, and we know in the movie the things with the red, those are the ones that got hacked. They got malware or virus download into them, right behind them. So if you remember the movie, so once again from a cybersecurity perspective, what does that look like? Can we remotely shut it down? Can we remotely reboot it? Shout out to Windows. Hit it with the reboot, right? So all the viruses can clear, or we can just shut it down. So once again, from a Tesla bot perspective, and he's talking about shout out to TechRX. He's talking about it'll be $20,000 in the next couple of years, right? So it's going to be super affordable. I could see it easily doing CNA duty. All right, my mom was in a nursing home. I used to go see her all the time. So um, everybody red light be on, right? So a lot of times just getting people to go to the bathroom. So and you talking about a couple of these can do probably 2, 3 CNA's jobs, right? So once again, there's a shortage, so it could definitely once again assist into that. We know police, if you can hold a gun or go help people that are held hostage because you got the extra skin, right? So those are some of the future jobs you can see. Optimus, that's the Robot 2 that can be doing it in the near future. Let's see. Let's keep going. I don't think I got much left. When I looked at it, that was a year and a half ago. I couldn't figure out. Tesla has their data centers, They had a few things in AWS and they had a few things in Azure cloud. So once again, a shout out to Elon Musk. That's really a lot of that's proprietary information. So that stuff is actually super hard to figure out. So the one thing I was doing when I was looking it up, which you already know, AWS got a little bit of everything. AWS has their um facts. That's the number one because military is gonna have military is gonna have the money first, Tyree. So they're definitely gonna be, I think, putting the money up first for the military. And I think between them, Boston Dynamics, I think and probably in the next 4 or 5 years, I think they'll have something military worthy where they actually really be putting in the live combat. So that for me is super interesting. So let's see. Oh, facts on the budget. Budget's just dying, They print money for that. Almost a trillion budget. No, facts, dog, definitely. So, they buying, fighter jets, submarines, nuclear submarines. Oh, yeah, facts for the defense budget. I worked for DOD for 11 years, man. That DOD money, that's just one area of the defense. DOD. I know, hell, we spent 800 million on a system that never went to production. So, man, I just seen it all, Tyrese. Facts, man. They be printing money, spending money, trying to get stuff to work. Yeah, I worked on a system for about 8 years and it didn't go to production. They spent about, rumors were $800 million. So yeah, but everything's not going to be a success for the government. So by their projects, they put money in to try to do it. So it's crazy. Yeah, I ain't well on DOD. I probably go back, to be honest. Who knows? I might go back. So let's real quick on that. What I got in there. AWS has their robotics services. If you want to stub one, build one, or test one. So I thought that was kind of interesting, right? So build intelligent robots faster with their simulation. Shout out to AWS. They're doing everything. So essential for building intelligent robots. They got their robot maker. It does cloud-based simulations. You can simulate use cases. iRobot, dramatically faster in robots testing, fleet testing in a simulation. Iron Star, 80% lower simulation developer costs. And once again, a robot maker has simulation that enable faster testing. So reduce the risk, three-dimensional virtual environment. I might play in it. It just seems interesting to be honest. Run hundreds of various test simulations. You get your DevOps workflow for your robot. So we're just gonna hit on it. Cost effective improves. I think they got some couple pictures. Once again, the simulation, you can sandbox it. That's success stories. 60 automated tests on each commit. 5,000 automated tests for each software release candidates, 20% reduction in bugs for published code. I'm hoping they had a picture of I think I need to go to their site. Empower customers. Let's go to their site. They had a couple simulations online. I thought it was in that Power Show. Let's get to that real quick. And like I said, I just wanted to touch on. I just always think it interesting because nobody ever thinks I take that back. I always think of Skynet, iRobot, that they might go rogue. Then from a cybersecurity perspective, what's your incident response when your robot go rogue? Nobody ever talks about that, right? They think it's just seamlessly gonna work with no issues. And we know there's gonna be issues with it. So it's always, like I said, when I think about it, I don't know, the bad parts of it. You always know something's gonna happen. So how are you prepared to do that, and what does that look like? Let's see. Let me find that simulation. Where's the simulation? Features. Trying to find a simulation for the iRobot. So let's go back real quick. I think I saw. So yeah, Amazon gives you a ton of things to work with and kind of see what happened. Too is the cool thing, get your feet wet and see what's going on. So let's look at their The AWS Robo Maker simulation.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Wallace, Principal Solutions Architect for AWS Robotics. Robots require advanced software for navigation, perception, and interacting with other objects. This software requires comprehensive testing and training to ensure robots operate correctly in their environments. However, it can be difficult, and in some cases impossible, to get enough robot hardware, time, people, and physical space to effectively test and train your robots. That's why simulation is essential for testing autonomous robots. With simulation, developers and QA teams can run hundreds of tests with the virtual robot, design motion and control behavior, and train machine learning models for perception. This makes it possible to improve robot functionality, increase testing coverage, discover edge cases, and focus real-world testing where needed. By running tests in simulation, teams can quickly find and fix bugs before they even reach the robot hardware. This reduces code errors and ultimately increases your development velocity. However, adoption of computer-based simulation is limited because it can require large budgets, complicated IT infrastructure, and specialized 3D design skills. This is where AWS RoboMaker can help. What used to be a difficult process is now easy with cloud-based simulation. RoboMaker makes simulation at scale affordable and accessible by providing tools, simulation assets, and managed infrastructure to run simulation jobs. With RoboMaker, internal and external developers can access robots in simulated environments for prototyping and testing. It's easy for development teams to run multiple parallel simulations in large batches and integrate them into automated CI/CD workflows. This allows them to virtually test robot behaviors like navigation, path planning, and obstacle avoidance thousands of times across varied scenarios. Simply put, RoboMaker simulation makes it easier to build high-quality applications and get them to market faster. Get started with AWS RoboMaker today.
Everybody know I'm an AWS guy, so so shout out to them doing what they do. So, and Amazon got something for everybody. So I dropped the link if anybody want to come up. I just was kind of actually really just kind of wrapping it up. I just want to touch on that. Everybody was talking about that, so I definitely just want to hit it. So there it is, the Tesla Bot-2. I think once again, I think Elon's going to definitely get it in his factory. I think that's going to be his ploy. I think Jeff Bezos are doing what I call more functional robots, meaning a robot's designed to do one certain job or a couple jobs. I think when you do a humanoid robot, you're trying to replace humans, and that's definitely a much harder thing to do, right? And a much harder thing to accomplish. But once again, shout out to Elon. He's always trying to do big things. Shout out to Gail at Night, the best moderator. So I think Elon once again is doing that, which I like. Big projects, big thinking, and all that stuff is not going to be successful, right? So everything he does is not going to be successful, but I think it's the future, and the future is now. What's up, Chaos?
What's good, man? So they just rolled this out and veil it today. This robot.
No, it's been out for a couple months, so he's been testing it in there. So I think it came out probably a couple months ago.
I don't know if you recall when the iRobot came out. What year it came out? You remember what year it came out?
I need to look it up. I want to say like 3 years ago, but it's probably double that.
No. Let me look it up right now. I think it came out 20 years ago. Let me double check. iRobot.
You think it's 20?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Shit.
Hold on. And then let me do something quick. All right, let me check.
Go ahead. Check it.
Let me check it out. iRobot. All right. Oh no, I was close. It came out 19 years ago.
Damn, I'm thinking 3.
So this is something they're testing now, and it's been out for a few months. It's actually 20 years in now putting it up front right now.
Yeah, but you Boston Dynamics had theirs. Michael said 23, 2005. But you got to remember, Boston Dynamics had theirs out for about 10 or 15 years. Yeah, Elon's just getting in the game, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware that they have other prototypes at the time. They probably had them already assembled and already put out there already that the public does not know. Because usually the movies already reveal what is already the imagination that's already even in existence, or eventually the thought of it going to be in existence. You get me?
Yep, 100%, 100%. Like you said, they usually have prototypes that are drawings, right? A lot of times you have drawings and thought, because I mean they had the watch right from Dick Tracy in the 1950s,
Yeah,
right? For the watch and the flying cars. So those,
yeah,
from
especially,
comic books and thought patterns, they get into movies and comics way, then they
yeah.
become reality.
Yeah, and I think Dick Tracy came out in 1990. If I can remember when it came out. Yeah,
Shot.
yeah,
No,
13
I
years
think.
ago. Yeah, it came out 1990.
Oh,
I knew it came out 1990. Dick Tracy, I
okay,
remember that. Yeah, if
okay, okay,
anybody can fact check that one, but I know definitely that came out straight in the 90s.
okay. For some reason, my days are all off. I got to get it together, man. I'm tired.
Yeah. One guy said 2003 to 2005, so I was pretty much accurate. But yeah,
Nice.
that junk came out when Will was like 24, 35 at the time, going 36 when
Yeah.
he did that movie. And they were going to roll out some movies like that as a part two. But because what Will did to what's the name, Chris Rock, a lot of that had to be put on hold.
Yep.
And I people think say that, wait, why is this man getting backlash again? Because he did that with another person in the business
Yep.
in front of the whole crowd, and an Oscar, not the prestige of all actor awards. You did that in front of a crowd.
Facts.
So
100%. Which
obviously,
is
you think
crazy.
people that will works where they're going to roll out movies, they're because he's a black man doing it to another black man. You out your mind.
No, facts.
Even some of the close friends of Will and Chris Rock said they find it to be very offensive, and he needs to take punishment for that.
Yep. 100%.
So
I think he.
obviously, the movies that we see now that Will should have came out this year. Personally, the ones that they were talking about they're making and probably would have released one or two of them this year. They didn't do that because of that.
No, true.
They'll probably roll some with him next year, possibly, but it kind of hurt his brand a little bit because he had a lot of projects lined up and they had to put that on hold.
Yep. 100%. Man.
So yeah, yeah.
100%.
So this robot here that looks like a Tesla bot cybersecurity hacker. So this bot right here what's the price range they said if they're gonna sell us to the open market?
20K. He's trying to get it down to 20K.
Yeah, ain't nobody paying for that. That's gonna be few that.
Oh shit, you crazy? They gonna blow that up. Your factory's gonna pay. Shout out to the military is gonna try to get it
Oh no,
working
I'm
for
talking
you.
about the regular general public. I'm not talking about the military.
Oh,
The military always got. Come on, Professor. We talking here. Military's always got dibs on these technology before the public get it.
facts, 100%.
They
But all
they
the people,
probably using it right now and we don't know it.
no, that's fine. I think all the people that buys Tesla a high percentage is gonna buy this robot because they got super disposable. Shout out to Caramel Drip. I think if you 20K, because you're gonna get a lot of business because he's gonna have it help him in the Tesla factory. So if he gets to roll in the Tesla factory, the big three is gonna buy it. So then I think a lot of CNAs and hospitals gonna buy it.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take away a lot of their jobs if they start rolling
Facts.
them things.
So
But
yeah,
a lot of people are concerned about that AI was not gonna take over a lot of people's jobs. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna take away some things, and there's gonna be the robots that's gonna take away most of the regular tasks that people do nowadays. That's not gonna take 20 years. But why are people talking about say, like regular trades job and all that stuff? It's hard for me to phantom that you're not gonna be concerned in next generation. Technology moves too quickly. They had the things that they could have rolled out, even in Asia right now. If you look at certain social media links like IG, they show things what people are doing in Asia in regards to
yeah.
technology. You'd be surprised, astonished. The
No, I'm on
innovation.
it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I see it. I see
Yeah.
Asians
Now,
always say so facts, facts.
so
You're
this little robot thing, this is like old technology. We want to keep real with you. This, I mean, it looks unique. It looks nice and unique, but that's old technology. To be honest with y'all, you get me?
no, I'm with you. No, I agree
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah. Because
I agree.
and I see them when they were doing the one with the little basketball thing with one little robot, and he does make a jump shot like perfection. And that
I
takes
saw that.
math. That's mathematics. And I got that
Facts.
from Derek Nowinski because his German instructor, they are very precision on mathematics
Yep.
on how to shoot the ball, projection of the ball. People don't know that.
No, I saw that. That was super interesting.
So when a robot made that perfect shot swish, that is mathematics.
100%.
So it's more than it's meets the eye. But like I said, a lot of corporations, if they're not, they're gonna probably buy that ASAP.
Hmm.
Gonna use that to the full extent. Yeah.
Yep. Hold on, real quick. Karma Drip. How long before AI and robots take over? I think, like you said, it's going to be a generation. It's just going to slowly take over. Um, and I think, and two, is you got to remember, we got a shortage of everything. A lot of people don't want to work. Talking about the birth rate. So um, I think the shortage, the robots, the AI is going to start, eating into the shortage and not actually laying off people. So I think it's going to be a minute. So I think you probably got
20
15,
years.
20 years. Yeah,
I mean,
15,
and that's just
20 years.
being nice. Now, I would tell people you cut out of 20 to maybe under 15, where this decade goes. You get me?
No, no, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, if you think about it, they've been trying to trying to remove all the gasoline type vehicles and make it all electronic by the end of this decade. And a lot of people question say how they gonna do that. Oh no, they'll figure out. They'll figure out. I know
Oh
there's.
yeah.
I matter of fact, there was some circulating, and I know if I copy this, I'm gonna start putting some content that I have that fun on IG, especially or
Hmm.
social media. There's a black, I guess, small company. They're helping converting people's gasoline cars into electronic cars.
Okay.
And I remember, Rich Bill. What I saw, young dude, he was doing that with Tesla, but I see another black man emerging, trying to get hold of that market.
No, it's like it's a good market.
It's a very untapped market that certain men trying to get into.
Look, Tyrese has an interesting question. Do you think there would be UBI due to AI robots taking
Um,
roles?
UBI
Yes.
is going to be coming. Just prepare yourself, and if it does come, my thing with UBI, this is my thing. First Black Ops, it's good to have it, but if you are getting it, you always got to manage what you're going to do with once you get it, because you don't want to be a person just getting by.
No
Person,
facts.
in my opinion. And if that's what is designed to get people by, people just going to live comfortably. That's not something no man, especially because we men talk it to feel comfortable. You get me?
No, I'm with you.
Personally. Now, there's ways to get around where you could profit off and make it to your banishment, but I ain't gonna talk about it here. But I'll say this: when it does roll out, I mean, you're gonna have to be prepared yourself on ways. So how you gonna be more productive as a person if you can't get regular work from the man, for lack of better words.
No facts. And just to add on what he said is UBI, but two, it's called Luddites. I think they're gonna have a tax on robots. So if a robot takes a job, I think the government's gonna try to tax it to fund UBI and to fund training. Federal government's trying to retrain people. Google's trying to train 40 million people. AWS is trying to get everybody to the cloud. So I think you're gonna have I'm kind of Luddite. If you look that up, people used to try to stop technology by destroying it. So I think they're gonna have a robot tax. So I think UBI with a robot tax together. I think that's what's going to pass at the federal level to help fund UBI and to help fund retraining.
Well, my question to you, Professor, you don't teach cloud, right? You don't teach that, right?
No, not yet. I'm thinking about it, but no, I don't teach cloud. Right, I'm getting myself trained up in the cloud, but I could
Oh,
probably
you
teach it.
train it. Oh, you learn yourself. Okay, all right. So but you know everything else besides that. Okay, okay. I
I
noticed
would
that.
say everything. There's big domains. I would say everything, but no, I'm comfortable in the cloud. My current job, I do stuff in the cloud, so I've actually have AWS certifications to say I'm qualified to work in the cloud. But so I do have those.
Well, my thing is this. But if you do still learn and you're thinking of it, I might hit you up. I know there's one dude that on the other side of the brothers that teaches cloud, WAP. But he's not teaching it right now. But he's going to set a price by move forward next year. But I think now that there should be somebody that's either teach it from a reasonable price or try and train a few people for free for now. There has to be a space for black men doing this now. For other black men that's either interested or just try to encourage.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, in my opinion, we should not be waiting for to be on a certain band club to really start getting interested in learning this. In my opinion. But that's me. I can't speak how people run their stuff, but I'm thinking that there should be opportunity where, there's some that may say, I'm having this, I'm gonna be interested. You know what I'm saying, I would like to get paid. But, negotiate. You get me?
No, I'm with you.
Yeah,
Let me
because
read this real quick.
think about it, it wouldn't hurt to learn some other skills on the side. This case, when
Uh-huh.
they start rolling in more heavy, we
Mhm.
know enough. You get me?
No, I'm with you. Let me
I
read
mean,
this real quick. Now, you're 100% right. Back to the barter system, Carmel Drip said, being the central currency, people going to be promoted or canceled by a point system likes earned in real life. Yeah, they talked about the China has the social system,
social credit,
social
social credit,
credit.
social credit. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, social
that's
credit.
bad.
So I think they're trying to figure out how that's going to play in in the United States. I mean, they kind of do it now with your credit score, your felonies, right? So it's just silos. China's got it as one big score, right? So I think we kind of do that. But two is I think barter system. The only problem with the barter system is even with cars now, if you don't have certain computers, you can't work on certain cars, Carmo Drip. So I think the system and how things are created, and I think we're losing some of that knowledge for fixing equipment, right? So equipment is becoming highly computerized. So if you don't have certain computers, you can't work on certain equipment now.
Yeah, oh yeah, I would definitely agree because some of them now, if you look at the HDMI where you get a touch screen, some of them to operate certain
Mm-hmm.
things, like if
Mm-hmm.
people doing like PLCs and all that stuff, most of those things are run off the computer.
Facts, 100%.
So obviously you're not gonna escape the computer aspect of things. And much times people want to believe you could. I mean, think about it. ChatGPT is a good little bot to assist you, but you have to
Mm-hmm.
understand the basics and you have to up the little computer understanding skills. You get me?
But
If
yeah,
you're not using
100%.
it already, because we're using it already, and because I have some things that's down. Man, fast to get my computer desktop fixed back up now because I did some things with it, but like I said, we have these things at our disposal, but we don't utilize it properly because we think it's a necessity. I don't think that we're going to need this to work a normal job, and I'm saying, yeah, you're going to have to think ahead now. You know,
No, facts.
as things get more intelligent with artificial stuff, you're gonna have to really adapt to the things that makes life much easier, but you have to up ante how things are functioning digital wise. You know,
Yeah, facts. Let me read this from my brother Michael. A robot labor tax and laws against hindering robot working. Yeah, that's coming. I don't think you really have to worry about the hindering of robot working. I think companies are gonna make that they're gonna make that ASAP to cut, save money, cut budgets. You don't have to have the factory as safe if you got robots. So if they get hit by a forklift, nobody cares. So I think companies once they hit that sweet spot, they're really going to be pushing it. So I think you're going to need the robot labor tax because once it hits that sweet spot, I think you're going to start. A lot of people are going to get laid off, right? That's where your UBI and two is your I'm calling it a robot tax, right? To fund those programs and the funding now because you got $1 trillion companies now with stock prices. So that's just an obscene amount of money. All right. So I think
Mhm.
that's what's coming and how they're going to use technology. A lot of it's going to be good and some of it's going to be bad. So and 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 when you have technology come, society always takes a hit until we figure it out. Because the federal laws are always behind technology. So that's always going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem, because the West is behind. Professor, well, the West is totally behind. Everybody's
No, facts.
innovating.
Facts, facts. Good luck tomorrow, Ty, on your certified certification in cybersecurity. Hope you pass. I'm still studying for my CISP, man. I got to get it together. For some reason, I am like exhausted, and I am not. My memorization skills, desperation is the seed of creativity. I'm with you, Karma Drip. I'm just an old curmudgeon, man. I think it's the seeds to just take you out, man. There's a lot of people in tents in California, Karma Drip. That's how I'm gonna say. There's a lot of tents in Cali. There's a lot of tents in Denver. There's a lot of tents in Chicago. So I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Shout out to Gail at Night once again, one of the top moderators. You want to chime in on that?
But some hold on, read. Back to the barter system being central currency. People are going. Wait, let me make sure I read the right one. 'Cause
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I comment on that. Yeah, you comment on that.
Let me refresh my computer. Make sure that's right. Um, People are going to have to live tribal again. The independent individual. Oh, no, that's not the one.
Yeah, that's her. I agree with you. I think other cultures do that. And I'm bad about this. We on that rugged individual, but I think in the future, and I told a buddy of mine, true story, he was laughing. I told him 20 years ago to get a 5-bedroom house. All of his kids came back and moved back in with him, and they all over 30, right? Because it's hard out here, right? So if you want to help your kids and like independence, I'm helping my son and his wife and my grandkids, right? So
Mhm.
so I think that's the future. You're right. I think once again is we still on that kick your kids out at 18 caramel drip. So I don't know that's a concept I think we need to take in more as a community. You want some of that, man? You want to chime in on that?
Well, I will say this. In regards to kicking your children out at age 18, most parents, which mostly if they're not two parents but one parent, I see that a reality if it's one parent, a mother will by default they might keep their son or they kick him out depending on the situation. But if you never prepare anything from your children from the start, then obviously from out is the least of your concerns.
No, that's true.
I mean, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, just I don't think we so and I always talk about this from the average amount of money a person make, we don't seem to be doing that though, right? If the
Mhm.
average person makes 42 or 52, that's hard to survive on that now when houses are 200,000 and hell, I went to Whole Food and bought a salad. It was like $20, man. Is
God,
a
yeah.
monster. Go ahead and chime in. I'm trying to get skinny, but it's too expensive to get skinny. I could have got 4 Big Macs for that, but go ahead and chime in on that.
I didn't know you by side, Mr. Professor. I thought you eat pretty decent enough. Not perfect. I know you they're not like you trying to get like real thin.
Man, I'm overweight, man. My blood pressure a little up, man. I had a little stress on me, so like the doctor always say, you need to
God,
lose a
yeah.
little weight. So yeah, so
Well,
I'm trying.
one thing you want to do if you have the blood issues, right? You
Mm-hmm.
always want to start focus on your colon. Try to clean your
Facts,
gut out, and then
facts,
as you clean
facts.
your gut out, try to do like what I'll start like try to move, walk. Like I would say walking, but depending on how where you are, what you do normally, I would say if you're not hitting any form of gym where there's a stairmaster or a simple treadmill where you just sit there, just turn it on, and you move for like 10 minutes solid every day, that will
Mm-hmm.
just get you started. You get me?
Yep, yep.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying you're supposed to put like raise the bar of like if you're on a treadmill, you try to jog or run. Usually jogging would help if you're doing anything anyway. I prefer
Facts,
people
facts.
jog for 10 minutes than run because now that's being extreme, because
Mm-hmm.
your body can't handle it, your heart can't handle it yet. You're gonna be
Facts, facts.
breath, especially you have
Mm-hmm.
blood issues. I mean, I would start with trying to clean the gut first, then start slowly gradually start doing the walking. Because one thing
No,
one thing that starts off anyway is when you have your insides has been contaminated, all the other things that pushes blood is going to be compromised overall.
facts, facts.
So the best route is to always clean the gut. Usually, I think Dr. Sabi said best, and I'm going to reference him briefly. Everything lies in the gut, where you put in your mouth, that goes in your gut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you usually things that start problem is things that back up. And we have a lot of things that back up in our system, especially the processed foods and the meat that don't digest all the way through, unfortunately.
Facts, facts, facts. No,
Especially
that's
the heavy
true.
meat that stays in your colon for a while. Yeah.
Yep. So let me get this one real quick. Technology is definitely going to be prevalent. Yeah, technology is, real. It's all prevalent now. But two is, I think it's embedded to stuff people don't even realize. Then two is with ChatGPT, with Microsoft spending 10 billion on it. I think it's going to become more because my boss told me to use it at work. He wants to see everybody using it, making sure it's assistant, make sure it's you double checking it and you
The
double
chat
checking
box?
you, huh?
He wants to use the chat box, chat GBT chat box?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I do GRC and a lot of policy, so you can have it write the policy for you. Then you just go through and verify that it added everything it was supposed to the pot. And you can upload documents and train it. So that's one thing I'm gonna start showing on my channel is
I,
security. It's called GRC, how to use ChatGPT, how you make it do policies. I was actually running some tests for Fed. I had ChatGPT write the whole test for me. And I just went in and modified it. So he
do,
wants
do
to
you
see
do
us
you use the
doing it.
pay version or the regular
No,
version?
I was using the free version. I ain't even moved over to the paid version yet. So
Maybe just hit me up on after. I want to see how what I'm looking at when I'm looking at ChatGPT. How to I know you're not expert, just for
mhm.
short questions. Is that possible? Um,
Yeah. It probably won't be today. I'm exhausted, but I'll ping you. Shoot me an email. I
okay,
think I
yeah,
got you. You got my email. Shoot me an email. I definitely, we can definitely
yeah.
chat
'Cause I
after.
want to talk about this ChatGPT. How to,
Yeah, we can do that. So, but yeah, my boss told me he wants to see us using it. He's actually putting that in my the requirements for my job. He's like, I want to see you using it. I was like, I got it, sir. So no, shout out
wow.
to him. So he wants to see because he uses it. So at two is I want to use it. Then I'm gonna bring it to my audience. I'm actually gonna do a membership course on GRC, and in that course, which is super cheap, we're gonna use ChatGPT. This called to do disaster recovery tests, COOP tests, all kind of tests that you have to do federal work. We're gonna have ChatGPT write all that stuff. So 100% Karma Drip. We definitely gonna make technology prevalent. We everybody gonna be sending a shout out to Ty. Good luck tomorrow. Once again, I need to get on it. Life circumstances will correct some facts. Now you're 100% too, and that's what like we need like chaos. We got to get in front of it. We know it's coming. We got to get skills and new skills so we can use it or stay in front of it or both, right? So we want to
Yeah.
definitely do that. So let's see. I'm just thinking about the amount of data robot. Oh, it's not even the robots collecting the data. That most of that data is already collected, brother Michael. To be honest, I mean I done seen license plate readers. We got people don't realize there's drones flying around major cities taking pictures of people, right? So there's and two is anything you do now, anything you click on your computer, Google knows every click.
No, it's collecting data. Yeah, because if you use Google Chrome, yeah, they click it all your day. They already told you that.
Yeah, Amazon's collecting all your data. So I think that data is already. Then you talking about third party brokers putting it together. When you think you're using your card inside the grocery store and they're not tracking you, they know who you are because it's reading your face. Because if you read the Kroger's, people that wasn't scanning their whole stuff, they wait till they figured out it was over 1,000 and they were giving people felonies. So, brother Michael, that data's already out there. The robots, that data's already been collected, man. The robot's gonna use it, right? So yeah, that's already out there. You want to chime in on any on that?
No,
So,
no questions on that.
oh, facts and caramel drips. I brought a bag of grapes, clementines, man. Y'all facts, man. You gonna need to make that tech money, that six-figure money to be able to survive. The crazy thing though is because when I stress, I eat bad. The crazy part is I went to Whole Food. I think I got a salad and a few things. It was like $30. I'm like, dude, I could have got 8 Big Macs for that and some pop, which I need to give up. Shout out to Pop. I love Pop. But now, Karma Drip, that's the crazy part is it should be cheaper to eat healthier because you can save on your health, save on the healthcare system, but it doesn't work like that. But now you're 100% correct, man. Them, especially if you go to Whole Food or Trader Joe's and any of that stuff say organic, man, that price is out the that price is out the wazoo, man. Or do you think how important do you think GRC will be in the AI revolution? I think it's super important. Number one, because I work in there, but number two is GRC usually gives you the requirements for that, Tyrese. And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to do a video on that. So what's the requirements is what data should you be able to feed into AI? Shout out to TechRX. When you're testing this stuff, we knew facial recognition at first was reading 30% of minority skin wrong. So they were identifying 30% of the people. So who do you test it? Who reviews that algorithm? All that's GRC, right? Because GRC is going to put those federal regulations into it, Tyrese. So the problem is though, GRC is always late, but now GRC's high. I'm gonna do a couple videos. This National Institute of Standard and Technology, they do have their AI and their machine learning manifesto. I did the video of President Biden's AI executive order, so all that flows into GRC, Tyrese, and that should flow down, hopefully, to the companies and the businesses and the army and the military, so we can get the handle on the AI revolution. But once again, GRC and the government's always a little late. My man Kenny, I've been using the chat builder with chat for testing frameworks. What's your thoughts on it? You like it? Like I said, I've been using it at a high level. I've used it. I ran a incident response exercise. I did an exercise for AWS in the cloud with a region getting hit and then automatically fails over. I thought it was pretty good. Shout out to Akin. He's always on me. I appreciate the love. Trying to get my membership ready for 2024. So I'm gonna have about 6 or 7 hours in my first section. I got 4 levels: freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. So we're gonna get the membership rolling at different levels though. We're gonna make it super affordable, especially when I'm testing it out. So we definitely gonna get that rolling early in 2024. I'm working on those videos now. So shout out to you. You always emailing me. Keep asking me about it so I can get out. Yeah, when you make a purchase, there I make. Yeah, facts. Let's see. I'm interested to see you show ChatGPT. I'll make that happen. Let's see. I think I talked about it, but I haven't. I need to look. I thought I did one, but I'm definitely gonna do a few of those. I'm gonna do a GRC one, a testing one, building the cloud. It's just actually we had it programming. We were stuck on some programming stuff at work because in the GRC we ain't programming. ChatGPT was helping us program. So now ChatGPT is definitely the future. And I probably gonna ahead and get the paid version and stop being cheap. Governance will be big. Oh, facts. It's already big. Once again, I did a video on President Biden AI. So he's actually naming the framework. I might throw that link in there, Tyrese, if you haven't seen it. But yeah, that's definitely big. You want to chime in anything on that chaos while I'm rambling?
No,
So,
go ahead.
all right. Let's see. Oh, half of YouTube ads or AI voiceovers and clips. No, 100%. People using it to do content, but now AI is the future. And I did one on I did a few on that. I'm trying to think of the term. I'm so tired I can't even think of the term. Deep fakes. Yeah, deep fakes been out there forever, good and bad. So shout out to deep fakes. People were actually mimicking CEO's voice and telling accounting departments to cut them a check. So about 3 or 4 companies got hacked because people were using deep fakes. That means I can hear you do a speech inside of a TED talk or something. I could take your voice, then anything I could say, it could mimic your voice like a Mission Impossible. So people were telling companies to cut them checks, and they needed this bill paid ASAP, right? So that's definitely happening. Let's see, Kenny, not bad at all. Yep, that's how I felt. Shout out to PW. Hello, check one.
Hello, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Finally able to catch a live and stuff. So I just wanted to check in and stuff. This is professional development with Friday.
No, I hear you faded out a little bit. No, nice to meet you again. Well, again, I always follow your content because you definitely into the auditing part of that. So, no, glad you came up.
Yeah, I just seen the topic, so I said let me just join the live stream and stuff. I know I've been meaning to join for the last couple of shit, probably last couple of months, honestly.
Yeah, I need to get you because I'm gonna start interviewing. So you definitely in the audit round. So I'm definitely gonna interview you on the channel. So definitely talk about auditing at that high level. What does it really mean to audit? Like I said, I think I do IT auditing. What auditing do you usually focus on?
So my main focus is pension plans, so that's what I'm working for. But I
Okay.
audit companies. So let's say a company closes down,
Mm-hmm.
I'll audit that company. And as far as pension plan, to make sure people get their money correctly. So some of the clients, have you heard of Crystal Cruise?
Yep.
I
I have.
I just audited them earlier this year. Another company that I audited was Models.
Okay.
So you know how Models closed down,
Yep.
stuff like that. So I do work for the federal government, but
Okay.
you know, like you said, we could definitely set up an interview. But yeah, I just did a video about AI, and what I feel like people are sleeping on is people think of AI as taking lower class jobs, but they're even making my job as an auditor easier, which to me says that in the next 20, I know I got kids, in the next 10 to 15 years, I'm not even sure that I would tell my daughter to go to school to be a accountant or auditor, because AI is taking over the accounting jobs. You have apps that are doing a
Mhm.
job for accountants. Like that accounting field is really going to shrink down, if you ask
Oh
me.
yeah. No, because if you look at TurboTax and all those, it tells you when you put something in, right, it gives you hints, right? Really, that's machine learning, maybe not artificial intelligence. Because, like you said, when you see 10,000 people doing the same, because I do a little real estate, it gives you those real estate hints, right? Because it's got all the machine learning and data in it, right?
Yeah,
So I don't even have I used to have a real estate tax guy. He retired. I just use TurboTax because I'm not doing anything super exotic or anything. So,
that's facts. And you know what I'm saying, it's those little things like that where, you might go to the grocery store and you see a machine stocking the cart and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, AI is here. I mean, like, I don't know if you got a chance to check out my latest videos,
I
but
think that's something. Check it out. But I'm already there because I think it's gonna take white collar jobs. I think paralegals are toast. I think they're going
they're
first.
done. They're done. Even with Google, you could do a lot of the paralegals jobs alone by yourself. And then, like you guys said, like you have chat, was it whatever chat PT, whatever that thing is called.
Chat, yeah, GPT. Yep,
I mean,
Chat GPT.
to me, that's crazy because they're pretty much advertising saying that like I can write a paper for you. Give me the
Oh yeah.
topic. Like to me, that's crazy. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to be a hypocrite. Like me being a content creator now, I was staying away from AI. But now for me to get some of my content up, because now I'm on Instagram and on a Facebook, I'll just go ahead and grab a couple of videos, grab a couple of pictures, put that junk in, and let AI just do the magic.
Oh, facts.
So
That's
like
I think
it's like I'm anti AI, but you need AI. You know,
the AI. You gonna have to let AI assist you so you can do the level of three people jobs because that's what they gonna want you to do in the future. Keep going, though. Keep going.
and that's what I was telling people. I was telling somebody today because like as an auditor, let's say in the past, it might take me 6 months to audit a company. Now with AI and some of the tools that we have, man, it's taking me 2 months. It's it's
Oh yeah.
it's cut the process down in half where my workflow has decreased so much.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I used to do work for Department of Revenue for the state. My specialty is IRS taxes. So they were. I don't want to give out too much information. It's 10 years older, but you know this is people were at restaurants was doing fake receipts. But what they could do is, if you bought this much food, we know your receipts need to be X, right?
Yeah,
So people were trying to, take their receipts out so they would have to pay taxes, but they just went to their vendors and were like, "How much food did they buy? For this amount of food, we know you need to be minimum here." They were like 50% half, so you could tell them that they were cutting their receipts, but that was our machine learning from all the other out of state done.
facts.
So people didn't realize. So I was like, "How are we catching them?" They're like, "Oh yeah, we do this. We go to their vendors. They don't think we're going to their vendors. Their vendors telling us who they sold and how much they sold to on their inventory. So if we think you're low, we go to your vendor. And so if your vendor saying you send X, we know at minimum you got to be here. And if you come down, if you're a standard deviation below that, you stealing, right? So people don't realize that was 10 years ago. They were doing machine learning once again from the history of all their other audits.
That's true. That's true. And like you said, it just even off of YouTube, the algorithm is
Yep.
is AI. There's no
Yep.
human that you could talk to.
No.
So I mean, man, like I like, it's like every time you go live, I'm like, damn, I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. I miss it. That's why I'm always in the comment section, like, man, I wish I could have joined because
No.
I'm definitely passionate about it, and
Oh, thanks. So I think we'll have it because, like I said, I do auditing at a level. It's the same, but like you said, IT auditing now is just that computer. Now we add an AI to help us. Like you said, even from my perspective, is we're a million people short in cybersecurity, but with AI, machine learning, and AWS and all the service you give, a lot of stuff used to take us 5 people. I can do it by myself now.
Easy, yeah. That's
with
how.
automation and AI. Like my man, I'm gonna get to it. He talked about using Copilot to look through code. We're doing that, but yeah, it's just so much technology out here.
It's definitely so much. And it's like I was talking to my boy, and he was like, we still need the consumer base. So I think that's what's holding up a lot of, like, I feel like they could go harder with AI, with the self-driving cars and stuff like that, but the government and the society still need people to buy things. And if you have computers doing everything, it's like almost like this. The easiest analogy I can say is when you go to the grocery store, you used to have people checking out every single
Mhm.
time. Now you have one person manning
Yeah.
four little things,
Right, the kiosk. Yeah,
the
facts. That's
kiosk.
big.
So, but you
Yeah.
still need consumers. So I think that's the push. But I feel like it's not an issue yet. Like I know you brought it up, but it's not still a big enough issue where it's not even pro or against AI.
Well, I think what happened is we always late. So by the time people got using it, they just don't know it's in their job, right? People using these programs that's got AI machine learning. I just don't people, especially in white, they don't realize it's in there. So I
Yeah,
think the two is, and that's why I don't know if you heard me. That's why I think you're gonna have a AI tax and a robot tax. So when they start taking jobs away, you're gonna have to pay a robot tax for the job, so you can give them UBI in the future. But
hey.
I don't know that's me just thinking about it. So,
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Like I'm about to go back, watch the Terminator, I Robot,
oh,
all them movies just to study. I might do a video on it. I might do like an actual long breakdown of that movie, like study it and do the research and all that stuff. Like each movie, Terminator, Matrix,
mm.
I Robot. Actually, it was a movie. I think the guy told me it was like something Brazil that was like in the 1950s that he was talking about, where it talks about AI and stuff like that. Because
Oh
they
yeah,
tell us stuff in the movies all the time.
that's what Chaos was saying. Yeah, they give you a little hint in the movies before they take you out.
Facts, facts. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, keep going. I'm gonna hang in for a couple of more minutes and stuff, so I don't want to
Okay.
derail the show. So whatever you got,
No.
I'll chime in.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just gonna go through it. I was on the end, so you was just chiming. Let me go through about 3 or 4 of these questions or statements. Now, Karma Drip, we gotta talk about that deep fakes, man. I got about 3 videos on deep fakes, man. Shout out to the deep fakes. Now I'm all over the deep fakes. So now a lot of people ain't hip to it. I probably got 3 videos on deep fakes that I'm about to. I appreciate you, JWWR. First time great stream. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Facts Microsoft Security Copilot would take cybersecurity learning curve easier for people to get into our other AI. Oh, facts, and that's once again Microsoft has theirs, AWS has theirs, everybody, Oracle has theirs. So I think that's and two is helping you with secure coding. I think we got a lot of junior developers and a lot of junior security people. So the only thing about Copilot though. Since you checking into that repository, it was taking people's code it thought was good, and it was giving people's PI to other companies, man. So I think Microsoft's got to get a handle on that, where it's getting that code and where it's recommending other code. I think they were giving other people's code for copyright. Pepsi been using robot picking for years. Yep, facts. They've been slowly getting to it. AI is not replacing me. I would try to replace me. People replace me with AI facts. Facts. Shout out to Calvin. Definitely one of the day ones. Shout out to the I appreciate it. I need some prosperity, but I had a rough 2023. Information security AI will be a huge and all facts. We already there. I've done probably 3 AWS streams talking about AI and their products. They got guard duty. They got cloud formation. They got 3 or 4 of their things. Cloud Watch because you can actually go through and look in the logs with guard duty, and it'll look for certain TTPs. How nation states would attack you in your logs, it'll read through those logs and let you know if it thinks you're being attacked. So, Tyrese, I'm definitely gonna do more videos on that. Shout out to Security Hub and AWS. That's their pane of glass for that. So, no, that's definitely coming. Listen, AI didn't just magically appear. It's been around and learned for decades. No facts. They're level. No facts. Facts. People. I'm old. I was actually doing AI. It was called Prologue in 1988. I was doing AI. We just didn't have enough computer power to actually really make it work. The only power you had was a mainframe. to do that level of processing, and you just couldn't afford it unless you was a Fortune 150 company. Now with the benefits of the cloud, quantum computing, Moore's law over 30 years, where every 18 months computer gets twice the speeds and 100% cheaper or whatever that I need to look it up. I will mess it up. But yeah, Karma Drip. So now I was doing AI in 1988 in Prolog in college. So that's how old I am. So, but once again, we didn't have enough computer power to actually do it, right? So we were doing it, but we wasn't doing it. So, but now shout out to that. They always make movies on things that later happen in life. Yeah, I think a lot of times people draw it up, and I think a lot of times people read a lot of the movies read research papers, right, just to get an understanding of what's possibility. So I love Star Trek. They actually had a prototype of a warp drive finally, right? So where they actually have a computer simulation of a warp drive would be. Oh, I didn't even see that. Common drip right on it. I just started Star Trek, but yeah, they actually got a computer model where they think they can actually create an actually warp drive, and I think next 10 years they think they can have a warp drive. So that for me was, I don't know, that made me super happy. I don't know why. I was like, we're gonna have a warp drive like on TV, like on Star Trek. That's one reason I got a computer, Star Trek, and their computer when I grew up. So that for me, I really enjoyed that. You want to chime in on that, Chaos? You want to chime in on that, Addy? Well, I keep. Oh, Addy, yeah, Addy dropped down. I keep going. No, I love Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. All of those had just so much cool technology. That's kind of coming to fruition now. So, oh, what's up, man? I didn't notice you dropped. So,
Yeah, I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I don't hit panels at all. So I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I
oh no,
think.
no,
But no, keep cooking, keep cooking. I know if you almost done, I'm just here. I just said I gotta make sure I check in. I'm tired
no,
of
that's
just
cool.
hitting. I'm tired of just hitting the comments. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, man. I love when people go. They say cyber tax. Oh, what's the next thing? There's cyber tax been going on. What's the new movie on Netflix? The
The
World.
yeah,
What's the name? What's the name of it? I know it's The World something. Whatever.
I just
Well,
watched it too.
okay. Well, long story short is I commented and people were confused. Google Russia and Estonia. Russia been doing that to Estonia for 5 or 6 years. Estonia separated from Russia. Russia's got one of the top computer cyber attack units. Like we got the Marines, they got a cyber attack unit. When Estonia broke away from Russia, they had one of the most tech savvy countries on the planet. All their stuff was tech. You could pay stuff with your phone, all that stuff. Russia was shutting it down with their unit because they were pissed they separated. They shut them down for 30 days. They couldn't get any heat, gas, electricity. They couldn't pay anything. They couldn't do a stop. Russia been doing that for a decade.
Facts, facts, and
So
it's funny too because like every movie is like anti-Russia. It's almost like they're like you said they do research, so it's almost like they're kind of warning us and also telling us too. And it's funny because like a couple of years ago, I got a bug out bag, but after watching the movie, I think I need a little bit more than a couple of bug out bags.
oh, you do. I've been like you, a friend of mine. We cool. He got a cabin up in the mountains, man. They be doing it at a different level. He said if I can get up to the mountains, I can come. So they got like they growing food, they got canned food, they got medical supplies. I'm like, oh man, y'all doing it at a different level, man. So
Damn.
so now, man, like you said, it's like a movie, man. Because long story short, when I worked at DOD, a lot of those guys were ex-military, so they kind of believe kind of that super readiness. I never thought about it at that level, to be honest. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm ready. Like you said, I'm kind of ready like you, but I ain't ready. So
I
it's
ain't
like,
ready. I'm ready for like a day or two.
yeah, I got about 30 days, but like you said, that's on the whole. I'm like, yeah, I ain't ready. So
Yeah, see, and I got young
yeah.
kids too, so I'm trying to mentally get there and just stay ready and even get them ready.
No, facts. Like you said, it's on a different level, man. And
It's definitely on a different level. And like you said, I feel like, you take away cell phones and people go crazy. Not necessarily internet or power. You
Oh,
take away cell
facts.
phones, man. People like my
Oh,
wife, like she uses a cell phone to drive to work every day, and I feel like if you took away that cell phone, she would have a hard time navigate.
oh, oh, facts. A lot of people just really rely on their cell phone.
Facts. So hey
So
man,
yeah, if you saw, I put Biden and I put that's the AI executive order that Biden. I did a video on. I dropped it in the chat. So I
okay.
Biden and underneath there, that's the Biden executive order. So if
Uh,
y'all want to check that out, so there Biden's trying to put governance on there. So I talked about that and how that flows into NIST and how that flows down into AI and getting stuff tested, trying to figure out, so we don't get super biased in it for the future. So
and which is,
that's
and you know what? Like I don't. It definitely needs to have some sort of regulations.
oh yeah. The problem is you in the government. The government's always late. It happens, then they regulate it, right? It very rarely gets in front of tech. It's usually behind tech. When something happens, then we put the regulations on
Yeah, I remember like about like maybe 10 years ago. This how late the agency was. Like people were complaining about having two monitors. Like that's how
it.
that's how
Yeah.
certain people are just so old school and so late to the party that two monitors was an issue.
Oh,
Now I can't work without three monitors.
I know it's crazy, man. I had to work with something happening. I got a patch on my laptop for some reason. It couldn't find my monitors for a while. They had to give me another firmware, but I had to go to one little monitor. I was struggling. I was like, oh, I'm struggling. I can't see this
Hell
little, but
yes,
now.
same here, same here. I'm the same way. But now like work has kind of slowed down for me. That if I need to really get some work done, I'll go into the office. But if not, you know,
I ain't never going back to the office, man.
oh yeah, they trying to force everybody to go back in now.
Yeah, I'm just lucky the company I work for, they're old, so they're a fintech, so they're really in and cutting down expenses. So for them, real estate was just an added expense. So they got their programming team, I think they have coming to office, but everybody else, no. So I go in every blue moon. Let me read a couple of these chats in there. And Calvin's right. This is the part where I get a little nervous with AI and actually becoming Skynet or iRobot or Vicky is quantum is on the cusp of processing. The first few systems are out a bit, newer ones are coming. Facts. I was actually playing around with AWS's quantum. You can get a slice of AWS quantum, so it's definitely coming. And that's the part where you start talking about can you get a AI to become sentient? When you got enough quantum power, you might accidentally run into something. That's all I'm gonna say. But now, shout out to Calvin, 100%. No one's getting no one is getting one in their house in the next decade. No, facts, no. But there's a lot of cloud. You can actually, I think the cloud is going to get you in a quantum because they can afford to buy it. Then they just going to, of course, slice it up like a VM and just charge you out the wazoo for it. So don't
Yeah,
forget the bulk in contact with the Federation. Yeah, I saw too. I think we're going to shoot something in there and we're going to, like you said, get that contact. So
uh, facts,
let's see.
facts, and it all starts. It starts with the simple stuff. It starts with the simple stuff, and it works the way up.
Oh, facts. Shout
It
out to
works.
Calvin. You need to bug out house or need it. So yeah. So I mean, just kind of, if it gets super left, you the first thing they tell you is get out the city. So what does that look like, right? So if you look at all the things they tell you, get out the city ASAP. So,
Yeah,
like I said, what
yeah.
does that look like, and where you gonna go? See, my man, Tyrus, on a global level, I mean, they said China, Russia will knock down Google search engine, X, and all the communications to mess with the election. I don't think they're gonna knock it down. I think what they're doing is misinformation. I think they're using it to get people to vote a certain way. Right. If you look, that's what the government's worried about. They're not worried about them taking it down. They're worried about, and people get emotional, right? So if somebody gets you emotional for you not to vote or change your vote, right, to a certain candidate, I think that's what the government's worried more about, Tyrese. Is you could Google that as misinformation, especially with TikTok, because they don't know where those servers are at. So that's their big issue with TikTok is mis and disinformation from that particular point. Let's see, ISDN phone was scraped in America, but not Europe. The technology was amazing 20 years ago. They had it what people. Oh, facts, facts. If you look at Israel and Pegasus, it was a one-click malware that came on your phone. You didn't have to click on it; it clicked on itself, right? So it was self-propagating. So that's the kind of stuff coming out of Israel. Just do Pegasus, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. This stuff a lot more complicated, like you said, especially from a cybersecurity technology. Once again, I don't think they're going to take down those sites. I think they're going to use it for miss and dis and misinformation, because once again, people are so emotional on those apps. You can get people to change their votes, sit on their hands, and not vote. And I think I'm starting to see a lot of that out there.
Yeah.
You want to chime in on any of that, man?
Nah. You cooking, man. You cooking.
Right. Movie call. Oh, yeah, Believe in the World. Yep. So I need to. I don't even have Netflix. I think I'm gonna buy it just so I can see that and go over that in the movie from a cybersecurity. But once again, if you look at Russian, I think it's Estonia. Russia been doing that to Estonia for ever. Every 2 or 3 years, they just take them off the grid. My problem, and I hear a lot of uh, the secret services of the United States, CIA, they believe Russia's practicing on Estonia when they need to do that to us. So that's the thing I think the agencies in the United States are working, right? Because I think Estonia, because they're so small, I think they're the size of New York. They're not very big. So they got some of the best technology, but Russia's practicing on how to knock them out the box. When they come to us, they got all that stuff lined up. So I think that's what the United States is worried about between Russia and Estonia. But yeah, I think I might go and get my Netflix back on to see that. They're
Yeah,
not gonna.
the movie is good. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's good. There's a couple of
Okay.
movies on Netflix that you can watch, but like, yeah, I'm the same way. I go a month, then I cancel, then I might do a
Yeah.
month of stars, cancel, you know what I'm saying? Watch the shows that I need to watch and then keep it to turn it back off. I'm cheap.
Yeah, but to me too is I usually when I get it, I usually binge watch hard for like 6 or 7 months. Then for a while I can't find nothing else to watch. So I was
That's
like,
how I
I'm
am
better.
too. That's how I am too. I'll watch, shows, and then that would be it.
Yeah. Now let me read my man Calvin Henderson. I think we agreed on this. They're not going to take away internet search. They're going to feed us with dis and misinformation to the system to cause chaos. And so I'm definitely with Calvin on that. I think I'm definitely starting to see a little of that, right? And how to move it and and really. So what does that really mean? For voting and controlling the vote. Friday. Oh, I appreciate you. How did you get that return on there? I was trying to figure out how to do that, Gail, at night. I appreciate you. I look kind of raggedy. I need to hook up my other monitor. I keep putting it off. I know my job will be a lot easier. Yeah, facts. So, shout out to Excel Pro. Let's see what my man Calvin. But if it's sliced up quantum, it loses capability. Sliced up quantum equals. Oh, that's true. But I guess my question is, it, it loses capability, but it's still gonna be faster than anything we got now, right? So, but I think too. I think you have a quantum computer that the big boys will pay. Amazon will pay for it. Meta will pay for it. Facebook for their calculation, but I think everybody else will be sliced up. But like you're right, I did a video on that for AWS. HPC, what would that look like in AWS? But now you're right on the quantum, but I still think it's going to be faster than the current HPC, the zero-click malware hour. Yep, facts. If you look up Pegasus, and it's an Israel company, they did it. They actually found it on England's governor's president's phone, and I think it was on some of our people's phones. So Israel's hacking their friends and their enemies, right? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Or I think it's the other way around. But yeah, they doing too much on that. You want anything on that, Addy?
Nah. Listen to them, man. Listen to them, man. Y'all cooking, man. Cooking. Oh yeah. Do you mind checking out my video that I did earlier this morning?
No, we can do that. Let's
Yeah,
check it on out. Let me bring it on up.
yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And it's
no, I can do it.
yeah, it's a quick. Man. You know me. Time is money, so it's a quick little short.
Okay, yeah, especially if it's short. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I like to promote other people,
I
make sure
appreciate
they
it.
grow. Let me see. Where am I at? Am I? Oh, that's the slideshow.
This,
I got so many tabs open. I
oh
got to
yeah,
figure out where I'm at. I'm getting there. I'm getting
yeah,
there.
it's professional development with ADA, and it's my latest video.
So to get professional.
Professional development with ADE, ADE.
Let's see if I got you. Oh shit, I ain't on where was I? I thought I thought I was on development. I was in Google. I thought I was on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah,
Getting there, Addy. Let's see. Let's see, got you there.
it's my latest video. It's actually the most popular one. I just did it this morning.
Okay, okay. Is it the one with Cold Stone Stone Cold
No,
Steve?
no, no, no.
Oh, that's 4 days.
Yeah, the short.
Oh, it's the short. Okay, yeah, I'm on you. I see you. I see. Let's see. XUS ex UPS employees?
Yep.
You asked
Yeah,
started?
yeah. I used to work at
Okay.
UPS.
Okay, okay. Let me get that up real quick. Let me share that on the screen. Let's check that out. I'm cool with that. Let's check that out. There it is. Boom. I think we got you on the map.
All right, you go ahead and start it over.
Uh, how do you start it over? Just
Oh,
hit
this uh,
require.
yeah.
Let me hit the.
Uh,
I'm at the. Let me get the. Did I get this
Watch the
in?
rest of this.
I'm smiling. Somebody said I need to be in dark mode. It is super light. Shout out to me. I'm old. I don't know why I'm laughing. That cheered me up. No, but that was cool. Let me go to that real quick. Let me go back. Everybody check my man out. I'm gonna
And I
channel
appreciate it. I appreciate it,
drop his
man.
channel in there. Go check my man out. We definitely gonna get the auditing going in there. Gail, can you smooth that out for me? So shout out to Gail. But yeah, so now go ahead, chop. No, but that was unique. I take that back. I saw that and the way it was loaded. I was like, oh my god, that was a brilliant move. But it was kind of stunning when I watched it load like that. I guess I didn't expect to see that.
And then like working at UPS when I did it when I was younger, like loading those boxes, like it's a tough job.
Oh yeah,
And
it's crazy.
it's a tough job. And if they have computers do that, and which they'll be able to do that faster and better, is going to be crazy to me. Because I remember like working at UPS, I was also a supervisor. Like we would hire 10 people a week, and by 2 weeks, seven would quit, and then you just hire a new 10 every 2 weeks. That's how hard the job was.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I mean, they're catching up. They're gonna have they're gonna have robots, AI doing it. Yeah, you're gonna have one person manning the robot, but instead of having those 10 employees, you only have one person doing 10 people's job.
Oh, that's common. I think because it's so hard, and I think a lot of people don't want to do it. Like you said, it's a shortage now, so I think it's gonna eat the shortage up. When it first started, but in another 10, 15 years, I think that's gonna be the crazy thing is you probably have the same amount of people, but it'd probably be 3 times bigger, man, because they still building, them big warehouses and everything. So
That is true. That is true. I just look at it for my kids, with them being so young. I got a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. I'm really big on education. Like my daughter goes to a STEM school,
okay.
so it's good. But I'm just like, what field can I direct her into?
I think, like you said, though, I think if she creating stuff, I think software engineering, I think AI is going to help for a while. I don't think it's going to get rid of that, especially for the high end jobs of that.
Yeah,
Cloud automation, where you build an infrastructure and you building the servers that people use. I think that's going to be around. I think GRC kind of what I'm going to do, but we know tech is going to eat into them. I just don't think they're going to go away.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, man, AI, like the simple jobs, as it grows, it grows.
Yeah, like you said, I just think too, unless you're gonna do like labor, like electrician or something, if you're trying to do something, because like you said, I think a lot of people missing it. I think a lot of white collar jobs is gonna disappear because that data is already in the computer. It's just getting better. Call centers, because they're forcing you to go through the PBX and point, hit one or two or three, and it's talking to you now. So I think call centers are gonna go away in the future.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, and I'm actually gonna do a video, and it'll be a longer video about like 10 jobs is gonna be an article that I seen. 10 jobs is gonna be
Hmm.
going away. Like you said, call center, paralegal,
Hmm.
um, what is it? Like a QuickBooks type of person, like all those type of
Hmm.
jobs. So I'm definitely working on that too.
Yeah, accounting, like you said, accounting, paralegal, those jobs, you're gonna have them, but instead of having 4 or 5 paralegals, you're gonna have like one or two. And two is, I predicted that Microsoft bought ChatGPT. If you know anything about legal, they go through LexisNexis, or what's the other one? Oh, it's LexisNexis, or there's two big.
Clear? No, no. Is it clear?
No, it was LexisNexis. I think of the other one. Oh, Westlaw.
Yeah.
So when they do, paralegals go on their site because they got all the cases that been. These are the cases. These are the ones you need to follow. These are the precedents. If you looked at the lawyers, they didn't check Chat GBT, and they brought up a couple fake cases. I think Microsoft is going to buy Westlaw or what you call it, and that's going to be the gold source of data. So you're not going to go on the internet. They're going to go buy the source that people actually look at. If they spent $1 billion for Chat GPT, what's another 500 million in Westlaw?
That's true.
So
That
that's going to be the goal. So there's certain medical things that you go search. That's the source of truth that the doctors pay to look at. They just go buy them and just let Chat GPT use that as the source, and you're good, right? So
Yeah, yeah. And did you hear something? Like I was talking to somebody today, and they was talking about Vanguard, and Vanguard owns everything. Did you?
I've heard that. I heard between Vanguard, BlackRock, it was like 4 companies own like sub part of 98% of all the stock
And
or something like that. Yeah,
and he was
facts. I've
saying
heard
that like they've been on AI for years.
own it. They've
Like
been fast trading and everything. So yeah.
yeah, like even stockbrokers. Like you don't need you don't need them anymore.
Because you remember in the old days, like trading places, you used to have people on the floor doing special sign and do that. Oh, that's electronic now, man. They don't even do that stuff anymore,
That's
man.
true. That's true.
So
And
so
everybody
yeah,
could do it themselves.
they are doing it. There's what they're doing is you go to Charles Schwab and you say, "This is my stock price. This is my stop." If it comes, buy it. Right? A lot of people doing that type of stuff at a low level. That's just using it's not artificial trading, but you're using technology to do that. Now in the future, you're just gonna say, AI, these are my parameters, AI, buy the stock, man. At this strike price, at this PE, right? If you got some of that training,
That's 100. Hey, I look at it. I agree with it. And you know me, I love sports. So when I play fantasy football, I let the computer pick my team.
yeah.
Go ahead, handle that for me, and I win
So
all the
that's
time.
so that's the future, really. People gonna start doing that with stocks. But two is Somebody asked me on another channel. They asked me about. I was talking about fintech and being wanting to be a quant one time, and they asked me about what's my thought on fintech. I was like, it's going to be a black swan event because when you start selling out, when you have technology dumping $1 trillion worth of stock because it hits some price and all the computers start going the same way,
Mm-hmm.
man, it's going it's going to just take the whole market out.
It's
You
going.
just
Yeah.
got to be you just got to be smart enough to know when that happens. You need to just start buying stuff because it's super cheap because all the computers dumped it all at the same time. Then but it's gonna crash the whole stock market, right? So that you're gonna have more black swan events because technology is just moving so quick and at such power and at such dollar amounts now. Because BlackRock now be like, oh, we're gonna dump $1 trillion worth of this stock because they got it.
That's true.
Let me
That's
read a
true.
couple of these really quick. Calvin, faster or better? Probably faster when I always think of quantum, but you're right. There's some calculations, but I always think faster is better with quantum computers because that's really what they really talk about is the speed. So I always say faster equals better. But now I see what you say. I might have to think about that. I always just go quantum's faster. Pegasus for higher, not three nor four, but not facts. But I always say four because it seemed like the United States wasn't buying it like they should. But now that's true. Um, but I always think it's controlled by it. I got to be careful with Israel. So I think they're doing what they want to do on the back end too. Why they're selling it to friend and foe, I still think they're using it for their pluses and minuses on theirs though. Someone needs dark mode on their YouTube. Facts. I was blinded by my own YouTube. Yep. Shout out to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Addy, subscribe to Chaos, subscribe to Gail at Night. There's a lot of people you can subscribe to on this channel. So that's in the chat and the people I bring up. But no, shout out to them. Shout out to Gail for doing that. Shout out to Game Over with the salute. Let's see. It was distorted but cleared up. Okay, I'm glad y'all could read it. I got to be honest, I got to upgrade my hardware and software. I got to be like, I got to get my quantum up now. I'm just like, I got to get it better. I'm rolling on a cheap computer. Video looks fine. Okay, appreciate it. 720. Yeah, facts. I got to get it up. So let's see. Oh, shout out to that. She put my Biden out there. So yeah, that's it. I'm waiting on the 4K HDR feed from PPO. All right, that's gonna be a minute. I'm on a budget, man. Live chat centers, customer service. Yep, facts. So yeah, I think AI is taking that out. One thing to consider: chat bots are not AI. Nope, 100%. I'm glad you clarified that. And I'm bad about this, even though I know better. AI and machine learning is not the same thing. Not close, right? So no, you're 100% right. Chatbots are definitely ML. I just think there's so much that can be improved with ML that we really don't even need to get to AI, to be honest, right? Because like you said, a lot of stuff is ML just off the sheer data it can learn from. It doesn't really need to do artificial intelligence to think at a different level or try to make assumptions. The data is going to tell you everything you know with the volume of data we got, and we're taking from everything we scan and do. So now that's 100%, Kyle. 100%. Now you have to go through the PBS exam before you qualify now by exam. Man, I need to do something, man. Is that what happened to y'all crypto black swan joking? Now I wasn't in crypto, I was anti-crypto, but now it was kind of a black swan that took crypto out. But that's if you go back to the tulips, that's what always happened. When you have something new, everybody gets in, then it kind of levels out. But yeah, if you do black swan, it's very bad financial thing that hits once every 10 years. 2008, layoff crashes. Those are called black swan events. The housing market, where if you ever look at The Big Short, he actually bet against the housing market because he knew that those mortgages were done with people with subprime and there was no way they can pay them off. So, facts on that. You want to chime in on that, Addy?
Nah. I'm actually getting ready. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast, so I'm about to get ready to
That's good.
wrap up and go to bed. But man, it was a pleasure talking to you, man. We're gonna
I
continue
appreciate
to
that.
build. I'll definitely be hitting you up. I'll get your email after the show. And
Okay.
man, keep it up, man. Keep up the good work, man.
That's cool. Go to my about page on YouTube. My email's on there.
Okay,
Just hit you not a
definitely.
robot. Then link up with me. We make that happen.
Yeah, definitely, man. So take care, man. Have a good night.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right.
I didn't know that, Calvin. I know this, if the CIA was buying Pegasus, which makes sense. I wasn't aware of that. I thanks for that. I might look that up. It seemed like we were getting bombarded by Pegasus, and I didn't know if we were getting in on to. I got Quantum 2 for 20. so, so let's see. I think that's all I got, fellas. I'm gonna say around, see what y'all put in the chat. I appreciate everybody for joining me. Like you said, it's 11 here, and I got a 2-hour run, so I hang out. But once again, I think the Tesla bot, um, along with Boston Dynamics, I think that's the future. I think Elon's going to get it working into the gigafactory in the Tesla. So I think he's going to come out with some unique things out of his Tesla bot. Shout out to AWS. I think they're using more robots designed to do a certain task. Like I'm calling it the Rumba robot. I did a couple of videos. It brings the shelves to the packers, right? So you don't have to have pickers and packers. You just need packers because they load the shelves with certain items. There's not all the same items that you order together. So when it brings it to the packer, 80% of what that person orders on there. Because if you get a toothbrush, you probably get toothpaste and floss, right? So they put that in the shelves, and the Rumba kind of Rumba robot, I did a video on that, brings it to the packer and he packs it, right? So I think they're looking at robots in different ways of how to take advantage of them. So shout out to Addie for coming on up. Let's see, Kelvin. You would not find facts, but no, you were correct. You correct. I said it, but you're correct. I don't even know why I said it. It's not like that's public information. Correct, Calvin. I'm tired. Correct. It's not something you're gonna publish. That year for I guess for us to see. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate support. Celebrate cracked out types. Oh, facts on encryption, man. The one I heard it wasn't cracked. I don't know if that's true as AES, and true as I'm trying to make the key up to 1024 4048, right? As long as you make the key. But now you're right, there's only certain encryptions I use, and just because NIST says it hasn't cracked doesn't mean they haven't cracked it. But no, shout out to that. So yeah, I only use AES. Once again, I do a lot of federal work, and the only thing they let us use, I believe, is AES. I got to go back and look at the like you said, the crypto they're using encryption. They're using DAS3 used to be it, but that seemed to be cracked. So I use AES. And once again, I'm trying to use 2048 length of the key before quantum comes out and makes all that stuff super easy to crack by just brute force. So that's going to be interesting. Don't wait till you to make a change. Recalibrate yourself daily. It takes easy. Thanks for. I appreciate it. Yeah, I need to get it together on a lot of different ways. Long story short, 2024, I'm trying to really work on my health. Last couple of years been a little rough on me, so I've just got out of whack. But like you said, I turned 56 this year too. So man, I'm tired. Once again, I appreciate everybody for showing up and always supporting me. You'll see some stuff coming out. I'm always getting my lives in, getting my video again. Once again, I appreciate everybody's support. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe and the bell. You know how we do it. My tagline. You see it, let's get it. Talking about the Tesla bot. I'm out. Oh, let's see. You need to jump on the ED 2021 for 4 keys and 4096. I have to check that one out. I'm just so used to using AES because the government told me I need to check out that encryption. I appreciate that, Cal. Once again, I'm out. Professor Black Ops. Everybody have a great holiday. New Year's here. 2023 flew by.